Well, it's time to go back to the pre-order bonuses again.
Oh,
let's go with Sam Fisher.
I like it.
We're gonna dress up the other rabbits in some of the other costumes as well. Although for some reason I dressed up one of them. One of the ones that I dressed up was the cannonball rabbit. And you only see when you're shooting it out of the Wii remote.
But the skin still applies.
Yeah, it does. You just don't see it that much.
Oh my god, the eyes.
Yeah, like I said, the figurines are only there for, they're only there to make it look cool. Because one thing I forgot to mention is that you can send figurines to your friends, or at least you could, over the Wii message board. So this is one small thing that I like that they do with the hub world, is that there are small changes throughout as the humans take more and more security measures against the rabbits.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like if you remember, this is the same park where we met Santa Claus earlier, or excuse me, we met Joe, the mall Santa. And this is a new set piece that only appears during this sequence of the game.
So they have mounted cannons in the park.
Yeah. Another thing I like about the hub world is that no matter what section you go to, you can always access every level.
So you just scroll up and down the trash heap and find the one you want.
Yeah. Also, I was mixing up my the videos. The next video is where we're going to see more of the Ubisoft properties. At least we get to see the Sam Fisher one.
The Sam Fisher one is cool. It just makes you want a real Splinter Cell game, though.
Yeah. Okay, whatever you say, Rabbid. Just see what happens. There's nothing that could go wrong with green squid all around.
I've seen Aliens, I know where this is going.
Well, the thing is that when the chest burster emerges, it wouldn't kill the rabbit. They just find it very funny.
There's something inside the reactor.
This is a recurring gag in this level. The two operators of the nuclear reactor, they kind of comment on what you're doing as you do it.
And the whole level's in the dark unless you run over the sludge.
For now it is, yeah. And this is a darkness light, or a darkness switch pressing puzzle. Yeah, very generous coyote hang time. I will commend the game for one thing, that it actually feels like it would be, what it would be like to control a shopping cart piloted by two crazy rabbits. They absolutely nailed that feeling.
I'd like to think there was extensive field testing done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem is they couldn't get rabbits that were crazy enough for their standards. Yeah, and I mentioned before that with these obstacles here, this is the one section where you kind of have to use the cannonball rabbit to shoot them out. Like, even with these pieces of cover, there's not enough time.
This is a really well done level.
Oh, time to get out your pillows and handkerchiefs.
Oh boy.
He says, approaching the rabbits. That, I think, is a unique line for that area. At least I'm pretty sure it is. Also, I accidentally fast-forwarded it, but he complains that he's going to die of hypothermia.
Bob, I'm telling you, the rabbits have a shopping cart.
Bob, I have no idea how this game is going to sell. Do you realize what this is? Rabbits with a shopping cart.
I swear if there's a China syndrome comment in here, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, this is sort of an escalation of the cannon challenge from before. Because now you have to basically memorize where the pitfalls are. I don't know if that cover of Jamaica Farewell works as well in this level as it did in that earlier level with Barney.
Not as well, no.
I don't know. Maybe they could play Slipping into Darkness or something?
They should have. Like, this is generally the type of level that I hate in a video game, but it works pretty well here. Like, it's just absurdist enough to make sense.
Well, that's because I'm cutting out all my deaths.
Oh, I can't imagine. Like, I have to assume there was a significant number.
I can't remember if we've seen this type of Verminator before. The one that hovers above the Rabbids and tries to squish them.
We may have.
Bob, why don't you listen to me? I'm perfectly rational. Got a cardboard boxes. And what you can't really see there is that there's a very narrow pathway when you boost in, and you will more than likely fall to your death the first time you're doing this.
The boxes are wider than the path, aren't they?
No, they're narrower than the path, and it's very easy to dash into the pits by accident. I guess while there's a bit of time here, I should mention there's one thing that I didn't capture any footage of, but this game does have a cooperative multiplayer mode.
Really?
It kind of works like the one from Mario Galaxy, where there's a second Wii remote, and and you know, your kid brother or whoever, you know, could pick up star bits for you and shoot at enemies. The co-op mode, you can actually pick up stuff for the first player.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Unfortunately, I could not convince anyone in my immediate social circle to play this with me. I was trying to see if I could get 3 humans in a row with one boost. I did not succeed. No, you're not getting sick leave. As a later public address announcement will say, vacations have been banned for security purposes.
Wow. Yet more proof that this is a dystopia.
I thought we were already living in the worst timeline. Apparently not.
At least it's a dystopia with catchy music.
Yeah. I mean, just once they couldn't put Rasputin instead of Rivers of Babylon. It's like, yeah, Boney M are generally in the US and Canada considered to be a one-hit wonder, but that's not the hit they're known for. So now we get a little more extra light with the atomic battery.
Oh.
This is a short but pretty interesting sequence. So now we're gonna have to fight both the charging bull verminators and the I don't know what to call them, the floating verminators, the ones that squish you from above. They do have official names. I don't remember them and I don't care to learn them. Murderers and thieves!
Generic enemy number 6.
I mean, come on, at least give those guys some long underwear.
It would not be nearly as funny. Well, actually, it wouldn't be nearly as funny if it happened every time.
See, I don't think the Rabbids would consider the health risks of radiation to be a negative, is the thing.
To bring the atomic battery home.
You got a rabbit with like 6 eyes running around.
And you may have noticed that the Cannonball Rabbit only has one eye. That's because you can use one of the tools to either remove one or both eyes, as well as increasing or decreasing the size. I think you could do the same thing with the ears. Oh, I didn't notice that the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune parody on the TV there is spelling out Tom Clancy, or Tom Clancy in French. I never noticed that until now. I mean, imagine what it would be like if Ubisoft made an entire franchise of Tom Clancy games. Wouldn't that be something?
I know, right? That'd be a huge change from Screaming Rabbids.
All right, we're back to the People Company Enterprise, I think is what it was called.
People Corp.
That sounds about right.
It's just generic enough.
See, this is the thing. The Rabbids are starting to take a proper inventory of all the stuff they've collected, so they need the desk to write it on.
Somehow, I don't believe they go in for paperwork.
Well, I mean, considering the entire basement appears to be just stacks and stacks of paper, this is the worst fire hazard I've ever seen. Someone lit a match in here, the entire corporation would go down in flames in more ways than one.
I'm trying to figure out if this is a sorting center or a giant novelty paper shredder.
Maybe it could be like a corporation that creates novelty paper shredders. And this is where they test all of them.
There you go.
Also, this corporation does not accept breaks that are longer than 90 seconds.
This is getting a little too real. It's getting out of surreal and into real.
Please make the satire more ridiculous so that it no longer feels realistic. This song is Yellow River by Christie from 1970. I think it was a one-hit wonder for them. Although technically it was actually written for a different British band, the Tremolos. Funny thing about that, when the Tremolos decided to go into a different direction, musically speaking, so the producer just took the studio tracks from the Tremolos version and put John Christie's lyrics over it. Or not the lyrics, just put his vocals over it.
Huh.
I think there's a whole, like, pretty traditional for the 70s music video.
Smile while you work. Produce with pleasure.
No, that's too subtle. It needs to be worse. Man, there is a semi-music video, and not a single person in that band is playing on the track except for John Christie's vocals.
So I gotta ask, are they just pantomiming, or is it...
Well, I mean, in that era, yeah, they would probably be pantomiming anyway, or at the very least, the vocalist would. It's the same thing with music videos today.
In my office again.
Hey, the monkeys don't have strings in those guitars. What gives?
Your time in this zone is strictly limited. Remember.
So I thought I would also, if this is the Sandra trial I'm thinking of, there is a unique cutscene for failing. Yeah, this is it. A unique cutscene for failing the Sandra time trials. I thought I might as well show it off. No, it's not an excuse for me failing this take. I did this intentionally.
You almost made me wait.
And for that, you're taking a $5 pay cut.
This is horrifyingly accurate to corporate culture.
Time zone. Enjoy your work.
Oh, it's an unlimited time zone.
I'm warning you.
Work all that you need to. Don't take breaks.
That was perfectly timed. So, okay, this song, we've got another situation kind of similar to what happened with the cover of Jamaica Farewell. This is Misty Blue, originally sung by Wilma Burgess. Dorothy Moore, probably her version is the most famous. I have not been able to get any information as to which band is covering this. The only, similar to what happened with Jamaica Farewell, the only version of the song I could find is someone playing the song through the Dolphin emulator in a very quiet part of the level.
Huh.
Hey, my name is Joe. I kid you not.
Hopefully by the time this video gets posted, someone will have explained the hamburgers joke.
I do not have time to play.
She doesn't have time to play, but she's in an unlimited time zone.
Because she spent her 90 minutes playing solitaire on her phone.
Whatever you say, sir.
What do you think Sandra actually does in the People Enterprise Company? We've already established that they make novelty paper shredders. So what does she actually do?
She is the executive in charge of scootering.
Oh, so the executive shredding. Maybe her scooter was like a prototype for one of the paper shredders, but it was found to be very counterintuitive. They just keep it around the office.
Enjoy your
If it wasn't a fire hazard before.
Yeah. So this song, I don't think the tune is traditional, but the style is traditional. It's called Hora de Joc. Joc is spelled J-O-C. Joc is not actually like a dance or a tune or anything. It's actually the name of a dance ensemble in Moldova. And the Hora, of course, is it's actually a Balkan dance, but the Jewish version of the Hora that most people are familiar with is a variant of the various Horas that have sprung up over the years in Balkan culture. The Romanian Hora, for context, it's 2 steps forward and 3 steps forward and 1 step back, with everyone going clockwise. Whereas the Jewish Hora, it's also clockwise, but it's kind of hard to describe. It's like a right step forward, left step, and then you put the right foot underneath the left, and then you do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. It's one of those dances that's easy to do if you see it. I'm just not doing justice.
So it's kind of like line dancing.
It's a similar social tradition, certainly. I just realized I messed up the VHS effects of this video, but I know it happened. It happened earlier, or in a later video, I should say. But I fixed those. I don't think I fixed them here, so whatever. It's not like I'm not going to re-render it like I did with the other one.
Surely we are almost to the moon.
We are almost to the moon, and don't call me Shirley. Callbacks to our older jokes. Gotta love them. We've got this level. This is a completely unique, well, not completely unique, because there's one more level like this, but it's a different game type.
Ooh.
Because this game has been so consistent.
We're going to the water park.
Yeah, going to the water park in Ontario Place? No, wait, I don't know any water parks in the US. So we're taking this tube, and we are actually going to go tube sliding, but it's on solid rock.
Ow.
But remember, this is the Rabbids. They love the pain.
We live for this.
So yeah, the main mechanic of this is the super rebound. If you shake the Wii Remote just before you bounce off of anything here, you'll do a higher bounce. Now, the super rebound is not inherently the best or the best technique, because you see there, you need to know when to bounce and when to super bounce.
So you can't really just super bounce everywhere.
No. In fact, there are some areas where you will die if you super bounce in an area, because this is a one-hit kill level.
Oh, no.
There is a tiny, tiny bit of mercy. There are no collector rabbits in this level, but you do not lose your stuff if you die.
Okay, that's fair.
It is like the tiniest shred of mercy. Also, I don't know what this song is, the tune is, but it's called Cantara din Banat in the soundtrack. Banat is it's like the European equivalent of like a tri-state area. It's a section of Europe with little bits of Romania. Let me check. Romania, Serbia, and Hungary. So it's like, if you think of it as like the tri-state area near Tennessee, it's sort of the European equivalent of that. Also, yeah, this one took me a while. The timing on these can sometimes be very unforgiving.
Yeah. No, this looks like it gets rough as it goes on.
It's only rough if you're going for 100%. Because the major, punishment, so to speak, is if you accidentally overshoot an area, and then you lose like a foot or two of stuff, and then you get 998 out of 1,000. Yeah, the continued reason that I would discourage doing a 100% run of this game, just play to the end and have fun. Somehow it ends up feeling more checklisty than even like the big open world Ubisoft sandbox games.
Yeah. And it's not like there's achievements or anything for this.
No, it's on the Wii, so yeah, no achievements.
Again, Rabbids Go Home HD Remastered Edition win Ubisoft.
It'll be Uplay exclusive or whatever the name of their service is now. I think it's Ubisoft Connect.
Origin, I think.
You're thinking of EA.
No, I am.
Anyway, next time we will continue and we'll actually see some of the other IP-based costumes, including one that is very, let's just say it is very emblematic of the year in which Rabbids Go Home was released and developed. I will say that much.
I'm looking forward to that.